The senior leadership team at Zebra Growth have spent over 2 decades in the startup and corporate venture building space. During this time, we've developed a really strong understanding of the different stages a startup goes through, especially impact-driven organizations like the ones we work with. This has given us an awareness of the stages a startup needs to go through to reach product market fit, and even further, impact market fit. And something we always get asked by our peers is at what stages of growth should you choose an in-house team, a freelancer, an agency, or a consultant, or potentially even a hybrid approach to creating and executing your marketing strategy. There are 4 stages to a startup's growth. 1, early stage development, 2, introduction, 3, growth, and 4, maturity and regeneration. Within these 4 stages, there are a further 8 product lifecycle phases a startup will typically pass through. They are problem identification, prototyping, language market fit, MVP development, product market fit, virality market fit, channel market fit, and impact market fit. As we often get asked about in-housing versus outsourcing, I thought it would be useful to share an insight into the main objectives a startup should be focused on at each of these 8 stages, and whether they should hire in-house talent or engage a third-party supplier. At the problem identification stage, you're focused on defining and aligning on a founding purpose, as well as beginning to understand the problem that you're trying to solve, and the commercial validation for developing a solution. This will typically be the founding team, and all work at this stage will be delivered in-house on a very limited budget. At the prototyping phase, you're beginning to tease a future product that solves the problem you've identified. The objective here is to allow for early stage sign-ups and signals of interest, as well as developing the MVP brand identity. The core team will deliver most of this work in this phase, with the one exception being a freelancer or agency support on developing the logo and the initial brand strategy. When a startup moves into the language market fit stage, they're focused on achieving a clear understanding of the customer personas and their needs, developing messaging that resonates with them, and beginning to test the value proposition of the brand to gather feedback. Here we move into a hybrid hiring approach for the first time, and it's likely that a startup will look to hire its first intern or paid team member in the form of a marketing manager. Freelancer or agency support should be pulled in to support the brand strategy, persona development, and creating an MVP landing page for testing. In stage 4, MVP development, the startup team are beginning to ramp up real-life testing, with the aim of accelerating feedback loops, using this fresh data to continue developing and iterating the product, and they're beginning to build a V1 of a proper identity and brand around the product. At this stage, they may want to consider hiring a product marketing manager, as the relationship between product development and marketing becomes increasingly important. In-house coordination by product marketing manager is important here, with a consideration to pull in freelancer and agency support to develop the brand identity and build the full website. As momentum continues to build, we move into the product market fit stage, with a focus on finding the best features for your users' biggest needs and desires, alongside developing a user experience that your ideal client persona loves. The aim here is product stickiness, and some positive signals are increasing monthly recurring revenue, high retention rates, and an NPS score of 60+. At this stage, the application of the brand becomes important, and so the development of design systems and brand guidelines will also be on the to-do list. The team is growing, and at this stage you should be looking to add a few additions to the team, including a growth lead, potentially a copywriter, designer, and sales representatives. Continued in-house coordination by your product marketing manager and growth lead will be important, pulling in agency support for specialist growth and branding services when needed. At stage 6, virality market fit. A startup is simply trying to find the best mechanism and touch points for creating referrals and virality into their operation. They are most likely revenue generating and have the ability and affordability for the first time to to bring in exec-level leadership into their marketing team with the recruitment of a chief marketing officer. This is when in-housing gets interesting, and ideally the in-house team would begin to develop, so long as they're trained effectively in growth marketing. They would continue to bring in specialist support on branding and growth projects where required, with an increasing demand for external support when the team starts to get busy or is lagging on project delivery. Finally, stages 7 and 8 are the late stages of a startup's growth, with the objectives at channel market fit stage being focused on conversion rate optimization, paid channel optimization, and starting to identify the most lucrative channels to scale with. In the final impact market fit stage, startups are focused on business model innovation and diversification. At both of these stages, which can be years in duration, the startup continues to strengthen its in-house capacity for delivery, with agency relationships being maintained for strategy refreshes and potentially specialist projects.